What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. It's a great day to talk about and be the owner of some real deal money, some real deal silver. Even if the silver is not perfect. I'm talking micro scratches, I'm talking toning, tarnishing, or even worse, the dreaded milk spots. What are they? Do they matter? Do they affect the long-term wealth preservation that the coin is supposed to provide? And why are they on the face of the coins? We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for a bunch of videos, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 super quick things before we fully dive into the video. Number 1, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We have the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, if you haven't already, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I believe an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to be, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to learn about the market and navigate on the app. Webull link in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver and gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, anti-tarnish paper, mini lock boxes, currency sleeves, microscopes, the list goes on, any and all stacking supplies and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about silver. More specifically, we're going to be talking about milk spotted silver. I'm talking about the beautiful, gorgeous silver coins with the hideous, horrendous, white, cloudy, splotchy marks defacing the coins and reducing how aesthetically gorgeous these coins are supposed to be. So I'm going to show you a couple of coins that I have with some milk spotting on them. Before I do that, I want to talk about what coins had been notorious in the past for milk spotting and how I stumbled upon them and a little bit of the backstory and why I actually intentionally went after milk spotted coins for a little while. So back in 2017, that's when I started picking up silver. I was going after generic silver rounds. This was like December 2017, barely even counts. 2018 was my first year of stacking, and after a couple months of going after nothing but generic silver rounds, privately minted rounds with random designs on them, that's just what I thought was the most fun part about stacking at the time, not knowing what I was going to get. You go to a local coin shop, you just dig through the bin of silver rounds, and there's always something weird or random or like unusual or unique or interesting about one of the rounds or really all of the rounds, but they were all different, and it was always kind of like a surprise. Or if you were to order some silver online, which, by the way, support your local coin shop, support small businesses, and shop local. If you're gonna order silver online, make sure it's no more than 49% of your silver. Get a majority from the local coin shop, please. But here's the thing. Order silver online, you get the random design silver rounds, it shows up in the mail, and boom, it's a surprise. You never know what you're gonna get. So that's how I started out stacking. After a couple months of this, I decided, after, continuing to learn and continuing to gather information, I decided it was best for me to make the foundation of my stack the 1-ounce pure silver coin of my country. See, if I lived in Canada, it would be the Maple Leaf. If I lived in Mexico, it'd be the Libertad. If I lived over there, it'd be that coin. If I lived over there, it'd be that coin. But fortunately for me, I live in America. I'm grateful, thankful, and appreciative and blessed to have been born in, raised in, and currently reside in America. I don't have to live over there and deal with their nonsense. I can live right here and deal with our nonsense. So I went with the American Silver Eagle. That was the primary focus. And I decided, mainly for popularity purposes, trust and respect and whatnot, I knew that the Canadian maple leaf behind the silver eagle was up there, up in the top 5 1 troy ounce pure silver coins. The Britannia was up there too, the Libertad was up there too, but for whatever reason I chose to go with the maple leaf, and I wanted to make that second in command for my stack. So yeah, I would go after a bunch of silver eagles, but I would go after a small handful of Canadian maple leafs on the side. And being that I would get random years, they'd be from 2017, 16, 15, 14, 13, all the way back. A lot of them would have milk spots. And it got to the point where I made an entire separate tube, or actually several separate tubes. I have them labeled. That way I know what's what. Canadian maple leaves. These are not the BU, the uncirculated maple leaves. These are the culls. These are the ones that are scratched up, tarnished, toned, milk spotted. These are the imperfect maple leaves. I have a whole separate tube, which, by the way, if you need any of these type of tubes, whether it be mint tubes or whether it be airtight tubes or whether it be generic tubes for generic rounds, proper storage is really important when it comes to stacking. So if you need any of the types of tubes for your silver, those will all be linked in the description as well. But this right here, a lot of these are milk spotted maple leaves all the way up to 2017. And the reason for that is because in 2018, the Royal Canadian Mint adjusted and enhanced their minting process. See, prior to 2018, due to the minting process back then, it would cause milk spotting on the face of coins. So I have a couple right here that I'm going to show you. These are a couple of examples. I only pulled out 4, but you can tell just by looking at it. I mean, even just a quick glance, just like that, if that's all I was going to show you, you'd already see. You would already know. That's how strong and noticeable it is. But milk spotting on coins. See this right over here? This weird, splotchy, white cloudiness on the face of coins. This is how they would arrive fresh from the mint. Not every single one, but a decent portion of the batch would look like this. Maybe not this dramatic, but you flip it over, got the queen on that side. You can see it's cloudy over here as well. Canadian maple leafs were notorious for this, and I've seen kangaroos, Australian kangaroos with milk spots. I have seen, pretty sure I've seen British coins with milk spots. So that's just one right there. We're going to show another. See, I have 4. Well, I mean, actually, I have several tubes of milk spotted or scratched up Canadian maple leaves, but I have 1 tube in front of me, and I'm only going to go with the top 4 that I had in there. So this one right here. See, something else that I thought might have something to do with milk spots. I thought maybe it had something to do with the oils from our hands. I was like, well, I don't think the oils from our hands cause it, but maybe the oils from our hands exacerbate it. Because this right here, look at that right there. What if we flip it over perfectly? Same spot on the other side. So it's almost as like somebody was holding on to it like this, and it created or exacerbated the milk spotting. Not exactly sure. But I do know that the previous minting process would basically result in a portion of the batch having these ugly, hideous milk spots for years and years and years on end. I don't know why it took the Royal Canadian Mint so long to figure it out and to fix the problem. But guess what? It wasn't just for Canadian maple leaves. This was for the collectible coins as well. This was for the series that they would put out pre-2018. Maybe it would be a 3-coin series, a 4-coin, a 6-coin series. Something that collectors would go after. And unfortunately, these collectible coins, a lot of them kept in little display boxes had milk spots on them. So it kind of like, it ruined the aesthetic of the series for a lot of people. I don't know why it took the Royal Canadian Mint so long to figure it out. Here's an interesting maple leaf right here. On this side, dang near perfect. This is actually a beautiful maple leaf. And then you flip it over, not so pretty. And I'm not just talking about the queen. I'm talking about, look at that heavy milk spotting. I mean, it's not even milk spotting. It's just like a huge white cloud over the entire face of the coin right here. It's crazy. A lot of maple leafs would look like this. Some of them would have small white specks on them. Some of them would just have a cloudy appearance. Some of them would have like this big giant fingerprint looking image on it. And this one, another one around kind of like 3/4 of this maple leaf right here, like from here all the way around, cloudiness. You flip it over, same thing. So imagine paying a higher premium for a collectible Canadian silver coin just for it to arrive looking like this. Just for it to have this kind of like defacing the coin. So, like I was saying before, back in 2018, when I first started going after like government minted coins after a couple months of stacking pretty much nothing but generic silver rounds, I was going after silver eagles for the most part, but I wanted to make the Canadian maple leaf second in command for my stack. I wanted to have, like, hypothetically, let's just say 100 silver eagles. I'd probably, for every 100 silver eagles, I'd probably have, like, man, I don't actually know, 30, 40, 50 maple leafs, potentially. I've actually never done the math there. I didn't have like a specific game plan. All I knew is that I wanted to get as many silver eagles as possible, along with some Canadian maple leafs, and just let them stack up. So the Canadian maple leaf still, currently, present day, is second in command for my stack. And back then, there were better opportunities to pick up cull silver, aka scratched up on the face of the coin, milk spotted, toned, tarnished, discolored, whatever, or just worn down from being circulated. There were more opportunities back then to get this cull silver for pretty close to spot. And I remember stumbling upon these opportunities, and I remember clearing out an entire website one time. Not that they had, millions of ounces of silver, but they were advertising cull maple leafs, I believe at spot, or like less than $1 over spot. And I was like, hey, you know what? I recognize an opportunity when I see it. This is also when the spot price of silver was at an opportunity low. I'm talking $14. So imagine getting silver when spot price is $14 without having to pay a premium, or a bare bones minimum premium. So I remember, how you can add it to your shopping cart? This was an online offer. So I added a bunch to my shopping cart, and there was like some error message saying something about how like the quantity, like they didn't have as many as I wanted. So I would reduce it, and it still said the same thing. Like there was a quantity issue. So I just kept reducing it by one, until I got that green check mark. And then I just placed the order right there. So there was a website, a big website, that was advertising cull maple leafs pretty close to spot. Just, you can even argue, like pretty much at spot. And I wiped out their entire inventory of cull maple leafs that day. and man, I recognized an opportunity when I saw it. And what I did with those cull maple leafs is I would use these mint tubes, and I would label them. See, I have Canada 1 ounce silver maple leafs, in parentheses, BU, Brilliant uncirculated, I have separate tubes with those labels on them. So yeah, of course, I would get uncirculated Maple Leafs. For the most part, when it came to Maple Leafs, I would, for the most part, look for culls. I would look for ones that were a little bit scratched up or had some imperfections, and I would go after those, milk spots and whatnot. And I had a couple of empty mint tubes, and little by little, I was just filling them up. And I was doing the same thing with Silver Eagles. Silver Eagles, I was about 50-50 between uncirculated and cull. Maple Leafs, I would say I was like probably 75% or maybe even 90% cull, and the other 10 to 25% uncirculated. See, Maple Leafs to me weren't as vital to stack as the Silver Eagles were. Like I said, I was just utilizing them as a second in command coin. But due to the fact that I would intentionally go after cull Silver Eagles, and this was the year 2018, and every single year prior, the Maple Leaf was prone to milk spots, a majority of the milk spots that I picked up over the course of my entire stacking journey had milk spots on them. And I'm perfectly fine with that. And this might sound like a delusional optimist thing to say, but the milk spots, in a weird way, if it's a pre-2018 Maple Leaf and it has a milk spot on it, in a weird way, that's kind of like a security feature that is kind of a proof of authenticity. You know, I don't know how many people out there would want to fake a silver coin with a fake milk spot on it, but in a weird way, it is proof of authenticity. But regardless, in 2018, the Royal Canadian Mint updated and enhanced their minting process. And so far, so good. It's been, 6-7 years? I don't believe I have seen a milk-spotted Maple Leaf from 2018 to 2025. I don't believe I've seen one, and I don't believe I've even heard of one. Not to say that it doesn't happen from time to time, but I haven't seen one, I haven't acquired one, and I haven't heard of a single instance of that being the case. So regardless, are milk spots a bad thing? For the aesthetic, yeah. It takes a beautiful coin and adds something ugly to it. And I'm not just talking about the other side of the coin. It takes the appearance of the coin and kind of downgrades it. On the flip side, in the grand scheme of things, do milk spots matter? In my opinion, no. I don't think so. And that's because if you're stacking for weight, if you're stacking for long-term wealth preservation purposes, a milk-spotted silver maple leaf is still a maple leaf. Milk-spotted silver is still silver. Silver is silver if it's just silver, regardless of if it's in pristine condition, fresh from the mint, still at the mint. Hasn't even left the building yet. Compared to the same coin minted 15 years ago, scratched up, milk spotted, toned, tarnished, discolored, been in the hands of hundreds of people. What's the difference? Not really a difference. Unless, of course, the coin is so worn down that it no longer weighs a troy ounce. But assuming that it still does, what's the difference in the grand scheme of things? That 1 troy ounce pure silver coin, fresh from the mint, still at the mint. If you were to melt it down, all it is 1 troy ounce of melted silver. Then you take that other coin that's been around the ringer and you melt it down. And what is that? 1 troy ounce of melted silver. When it's all melted down, all it is just silver. No one's ever going to look at a melted piece of silver and be like, oh, that used to be a silver eagle. Well, guess what? It's not anymore, so it doesn't matter. Well, it used to be a silver buffalo. It doesn't matter. It's not anymore. Well, it used to be a Britannia. Doesn't matter. Oh, it used to be a 10-ounce bar, but it melted down, divided it into 10. Now it's just a 1 troy ounce poured melted piece of silver. Doesn't matter. Silver is silver if it's just silver. Whether it has milk spotting on it, whether it has tarnished, tone, discolored over time, whether it is a little bit scratched up or appears to be perfectly fine, but it has micro scratching on it that you don't even really see unless it's under a microscope, or if it's in pristine condition. I'm talking like a graded silver coin, perfect silver coin, 10 out of 10. When it's all melted down, all it is just silver, which is why from 2018 and 2019 and early 2020, I was intentionally going after cull silver. And if you think about it, almost all pre-1965 90% silver is cull. It's all been circulated. It's all discolored, a little bit scratched up, worn down, and whatnot, and we still love the 90%. Why is that? It's because it's silver. So a milk-spotted maple leaf, something like this, as far as I'm concerned, still a maple leaf. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't matter to me. Does this ugly addition, kind of, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I love the way that it looks, or that I wouldn't prefer it to be a maple leaf without milk spotting. But guess what? I have plenty of silver maple leafs without milk spots. So if I want something to look at, I'll just look at one of them. This is something that I got during the super low spot price time at an opportunity price. Spot price and premium. Stack price was extremely low. And premiums back then in general were extremely low. Premiums didn't go crazy until March of 2020. Before March of 2020, spot price was $19 or less, and premiums on generic silver rounds were like $1 over spot. Maple leafs were about, $1.25. Silver equals $1.50, maybe a little tiny bit higher. Either way, premiums were so unbelievably low back then, and when the spot price was at its lowest point, about $14, even though I was brand new, even though I had just started stacking a couple months prior, I remember saying in videos back then, this could potentially be the opportunity of a lifetime, and we may never ever see silver this low again. I don't know how, but I recognized an opportunity when I saw it, and I capitalized. And a lot of what I capitalized on was discolored silver, imperfect silver, milk-spotted silver, because it broke down the premiums even more. It broke down the already extremely low premiums. And I don't regret it at all. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Do you have any silver coins with milk spots on them? Do you love them the same? Do you hate them? What are your thoughts on maple leafs? And in the grand scheme of things, do you think they even matter? Let me know in the comments. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel for bonus videos, and follow me on social media at Mykie DYDSS across all platforms. 4 super quick things as we wrap up the video. Number 1, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. We get the brand new It's a Great Day to Have a Great Day t-shirt and coffee mug. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. 2, if you haven't already, try you out some Celsius Energy. That's right, it's a healthier alternative to the other energy drinks out there. You can get a 12-pack variety pack on Amazon right now. I will leave an affiliate link in the description so you can try out the different flavors. 3, if you're not already investing and you'd like to be, make sure to download Webull and fund your account. They're going to give you some free stocks just for doing so. And they make it really easy for a new investor to start investing because of how simple it is to navigate on the app and learn about the market. Webull link in the description. 4th and finally, if you need any silver or gold stacking supplies, whether it be airtight tubes and capsules, whether it be anti-tarnish paper, whether it be currency sleeves, mini lock boxes, microscopes, the list goes on. Any and all stacking supplies and any and all prepping supplies will be linked in the description for your convenience. Once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to milk spotted silver, have you ever intentionally gone after milk spotted or scratched, discolored silver because of the lower premiums? Have you ever got yourself maybe potentially a slightly higher premium silver coin and it ended up being a coin with milk spots on them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you avoid them? Do you go after them? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.